Welcome back to the garage. Thanks for coming. You know, it's hard to create a mess with leaders and tippet and flies just kind of on purpose. Usually it takes place when you're stuck in a tree or stuck on the bottom of the river. You got to pull that rod out, or you got to pull it out of the tree. It comes snap back at you. The leader and the tippet and the flies are all mangled up like a big bird's nest. Today we're going to show you two things. We're going to show you how to get unstuck from both a tree and the bottom of a river, and then we're going to show you how to untangle your flies from a messed up cobweb of leaders and tippet. Today's episode is brought to you by the OG of Coors beer, the original Coors. Banquet beer of fly fishermen and outfitters. Oh, there goes my fly rod because it's also stuck in a tree. Instead of being stuck in a tree, it's actually stuck in the garage because we're not allowed to go stick it in a tree. So today the garage is the tree and the garage is that rock and stick in the bottom of the river. Brought to you by Coors beer. Also brought to you by Trout and Travel. We plan, you fish. Follow us at trout_and_travel. Like I said, what we've done is we've rigged these flies with our rod rig to the top of the garage. We're going to show you how to pull that out of a tree, get it unstuck. Then we're going to show you how to do that as if you're stuck on the bottom of a river. Then we're going to show you how to cut all these flies out of a cobweb nest full of nastiness as a result of you having to break off. So follow me. Let me show you how to get this untangled. Okay, so this is the you're stuck in a tree overhead example. We've made a cast forward and you're stuck in a tree that you can't walk across and grab your flies, or you were like this casting forward and in your back cast you got stuck on a tree and you're pulling and you're pulling. Couple of tips about getting unstuck from a tree. 99 out of 100 times you're going to have to break off those flies and your leaders and your tippet. You're going to re-rig. So do not stand here and yank on your rod. Pull, 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 and swish, 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 and like it's going to come out. If I just keep doing this, it's going to come out. No, what's going to happen is you're going to break the rod tip and you're going to be very pissed off the rest of the day. Couple of reasons. Because you didn't bring a second rod, and the second reason is neither did your friends. Save your fly rod. Save yourself some time. Learn how to break something out of a tree the proper way. In this scenario, the fly is stuck to the top of my garage because we are guiding from the garage. What you want to do is you want to pull all this slack through until it's really tight to the source where it's stuck. And that rod is straight, in a straight line to the source of where those flies are stuck. Pinch this line off in this hand and grab this rod this way and pull straight into your belly button in a straight line. The rod isn't bent at all. You'll notice in this example I'm not pulling like this and I'm not pulling like that. I'm pulling where the rod has no bend in it. It's just straight. And I pull, 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 pull until it breaks off. And what you're going to be left with is one fly or a whole lot of nothing. And then you're going to stand here and you're going to re-rig it like we've shown you this whole season. I hope that was helpful. So here we are, we're nymph fishing, we're drifting. We come tight because we think a fish ate, but oh no, it's the dreaded log. It's the thing on the bottom of the creek that's eating our flies and won't let go. It's a big old snag. It's something that is not going to come out. Couple of reminders as you're sitting here like this. Don't stand here like this and keep pulling on your rod up and down and back and forth and back and forth. You know what's going to happen? What's going to happen is what I told you in the first piece of this clinic. You're going to end up with a broken rod and you're not going to fish the rest of the day and you're going to be really pissed off. Don't sit there and pull, pull, pull. Don't even think about it. What I want you to do, if you can't walk over there and get it unstuck, is I want you to back up. I want you to point your rod to where it's snagged in the river, pinch that line off on this cord, grab that fly rod, and in a straight line to your belly button, use your body weight and just back up until it breaks off in a straight line, like that. And then you know what you're left with? You're left with a whole bunch of nothing. An empty leader and an empty tippet, and that's fine. You know why? Because that took you about 10 seconds to do, and it is a hell of a lot better than breaking a rod tip. Now what you do is you gather yourself, get your tippet out, your flies, re-rig this, get back to fishing. Okay, you see all this? What a bunch of nastiness. This is what happens when you break off from a tree, or you snap it off on a rock or a limb or a twig, or you're breaking it off the bottom of a river, a whole bunch of cobwebs. As guides, we deal with this every day that we're working. As fishermen, what we want you to learn how to do is exactly what we do, and that is we don't even flinch. We grab our flies, we start cutting. Cut that fly away, cut our indicator out, cut this fly away, save our 2 flies, save our indicator, take this, throw it in the trash. Job well done. Alright, that was a pretty fun episode for season 1. I thought it was pretty funny how we're using the top of the garage as the tree that you're always getting hung in, and the bottom of the garage as the river that you're always getting stuck in, showing you how to use your fly rod to pop those flies out and to get everything unhooked, to break off. It's better to break off than it is to break your rod, and I hope that technique helped you. I also hope you can appreciate just how simple it is just to start cutting when in doubt, instead of standing there like you got a Rubik's Cube in your hand, or you're trying to solve some crossword puzzle on a Sunday morning that takes hours and hours and hours. No, no, no. When in doubt, start cutting everything out. When in doubt, cut it out. And then start re-rigging. Go back through the episodes where we've shown you how to put the leader and the tippet back together, how to tie the tandem flies together. It'll take seconds for you to get rid of this monkey knot right here and start just cutting everything out and re-rigging. Today's guide tip for this episode is own 2 pair of boots. A really big pair, 2 or 3 times your shoe size in the winter months. So you get some good circulation, you lace up those laces really loose, helps keep the circulation moving through your ankles, gets rid of cold toes. Your regular size boots should be 1 pair larger than your shoe size for wet wading and spring and summer fly fishing into the fall. Guide tip, own 2 pair of boots. Make sure you fish with the fly fishing guide 1 time this year. Make sure as you're practicing these rigging techniques that you're doing it standing up, that you're on your feet. Don't do your rigging techniques from the garage like I'm showing you. I know that's pretty funny, but I want you out there in your yard. I want you standing in your garage, rigging standing on your feet. And until next time, we'll see you in Guiding from the Garage.